And we welcome you inside the First Ontario Centre in Hamilton, Ontario. First Ontario Centre in Hamilton, not First Hamilton Centre in Ontario. But anyways, we're in Hamilton. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. It's all on the line for the Bobby Orr Trophy here between the North Bay Battalion and the Hamilton Bulldogs. Before I bring Ben in, just some lineup changes to give you a heads up on with the North Bay Battalion. In net, Dom DiVincentis. He'll be getting the start here tonight after Joe Verbetic allowed 5 goals in the first game. Back in the lineup on the D side is Grayson Ladd, who was injured in that series against Kingston, but good to have him back. Anyways, Ben, you're a bit more of a goaltending guy than I am, although beer league goaltending, but it's still more experience than I have, and thank you for coming along and producing this game for us and being my color guy. But yes, the Dom DiVincentis back in net and Grayson Ladd, how does that change things here for the Battalion?
Grayson Ladd is definitely a huge change. He's been sort of the anchor on the defense since he's come in, and without him, I think that gave Hamilton just a little more room to walk around and have their way. And I think that ripples all the way down the defense line. With Dom, he played so well in the last series. I mean, we all know Joe's a great goaltender. He's having a bit of a rough spell right now. So I think having Dom there to step in, I think, is great for the team in general. Like you've said all season, that it's kind of a 1A, 1B situation here, but I don't know if there's a clear A or B.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. And when it comes to Joe, obviously, you know, in Joe Verbetic we trust and all, but out of the 16 or 15 ranked goaltenders in the playoffs to this point, he's second last when it comes to goals against average at 3.88 and the save percentage at 872. So you can't really blame head coach Ryan Houlihan for wanting to take a look at things, you know, with Dom, especially because he came in and played real well against Kingston in the games that he did play. So you can't blame head coach Ryan Houlihan at all. But I mean, for a rookie to come into the Eastern Conference Finals like that, it's going to be interesting to watch.
Not just any Eastern Conference Finals, but against such a high-powered Hamilton team. Like, you have guys coming down on you that, you know, there's 5 or 6 of them on the team that will be playing in the NHL next year without a question.
Yeah.
So to have that coming down on you, and you're a rookie in the OHL, haven't really played a full starters lineup, only played a few playoff games. Yeah, it's a steep task ahead of him.
Now, he did play the first game against Hamilton this year when Hamilton was still undefeated. The Battalion got the win in that game. Very different-looking Bulldogs team in that game. And, of course, Hamilton leading the series 1-0 so far here after the 5-2 victory 2 nights ago. And after that victory, Ryan Houlihan and Brandon Coe came out and talked. We do have audio from that here. Now, for those listening to the broadcast, it just kind of cuts out at one point, so I apologize we don't have the whole entire thing. But here's Ryan Houlihan and Brandon Coe from after Game 1.
Well, of course, not the outcome that that we're all looking for in Game 1. Believe it or not, I didn't mind our start. I thought we came out prepared. I liked our jump early, even though we gave up that early one. But then from then on, you know, I thought it was kind of a night where we got our feet wet. They're a really good hockey team, and as much as you talk about it, as much as you prepare for it, I think it was really good for our guys to kind of feel what that pressure is going to be like, feel what they're sort of the things that they do. And in that sense, you know, it's not a performance that, you know, we're going to take some positives from this one for sure.
Brandon, a goal for yourself tonight. You've worn the Battalion logo on your chest for, 4 seasons now. You know this team as well as just about anybody. What are some ways that you guys need to be better in Game 2?
I think we just need to keep our game simple. Get in on the forecheck on their big slow D. I think once we take advantage of that, I think we'll have a lot more shifts down the offensive zone. I think we spent a little bit too much time in our D zone and didn't really cause too much on the back end for them. So I think once we get pucks deep on them and grind them down a little bit more, I think the game will open up a little bit more for ourselves and generate more offense. So I don't think we did that enough tonight, and that's what we'll be bringing back into Game 2. So.
Take some questions now, guys.
Just for Brandon, noticed, just a huge contingent of North Bay fans sitting behind your guys' bench tonight. What does that mean just to have that fan support, especially 4 hours down the road from home for you guys?
No, it's huge. I think my mom is in the Facebook fan club for North Bay, and I think they mentioned that they were doing a little fan bus down here. So.
And like I mentioned, it just kind of cuts out like that. So real thankful for having what audio we do have. But Brandon Coe with a little bit of a chirp there. The big slow D. Got to get it in past their big slow D. So they did a pretty good job. But in game one, I would say that big slow D. But Brandon Coe also torched them for a nice goal as well on the power play. So we'll see if that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, and just to finish off on his point, we do have the Battalion contingent sitting directly across the rink from us, and there's a lot of people here in Battalion jerseys, which is awesome.
I've seen a few Brampton jerseys too.
Yeah, a few of those. So I think it's it's great for the team. It's great for the boys to have the support.
Absolutely.
It'll be great for Game 3 when we get back to North Bay to have many more people there. I think to have try and get that place as close to sold out as possible. That would be awesome.
Absolutely, and that's kind of that was the hallmark of this team the first 2 years that they were here, was the seventh man. There's a reason why Sarge skates around with a flag that has the number 7 on it, and that's to honor the fans. In the first few years, the fan support was top notch, and there was fan buses that traveled. There was all this stuff. Memorial Gardens literally felt like it was falling apart. It's gotten louder in the playoffs, but there was a game where they had under 2,500 fans, and that's just. You got to get out and see these guys. And I know if you're listening to this, you're probably a diehard fan. But if you haven't had the chance to get out yet, give it a shot. You won't regret it. It's fun hockey, especially in the playoffs. And, your team's playing for a trophy right now. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, and other than that, it's also just a great family event, too.
Absolutely.
I know at the last game in North Bay, my workplace, actually, my boss bought tickets for anyone who wanted to come and their families. And all the kids just love it. They love getting in there, seeing the hits, seeing the guys skate fast, the shots, the goals, the saves. The kids just go crazy for it.
Yeah, they really do. And I remember being a kid and going to see Skyhawks games. I didn't really get to see any Centennials games. I got to see 2 in my lifetime before they moved. But going to those Skyhawks games, the players are larger than life and superstars to you, basically. And
yeah.
That's what these guys are to those kids. And, it leaves an impression. And there's a reason why we're seeing more North Bay players drafted in the OHL priority selection now than when there was no North Bay team. And that's because a lot of these kids grew up watching the Battalion now.
Yeah, and I think another big thing is that you mentioned, these are superstars to the kids. But in a couple years, in the game that the next game in North Bay, there's going to be guys who are going to be NHL superstars in the next couple years there. You'll have the chance to come out and see Mason McTavish before he becomes a full-time NHLer. Brandon Coe. Russell just signed to the Sharks this week, so that's good for him. And it's about time that someone picked up on that action. But he's, he could be a full-time NHLer next year. Nelson, at some point in the next few years, is going to be a full-time NHLer.
Yeah, and that's something that they said on the Bulldogs. On the Bulldogs broadcast is that Ty Nelson's not going to be in North Bay for very long, but that said, we'll enjoy him while he's here. And in year 1 already, they've been able to ice a winner like this as the Bulldogs come out on the ice now with the Battalion, and the Bulldogs put on quite the show with the flames and the fireworks going off. So that's pretty fun for sure. But I guess that's what happens when you have a rink that was designed to be an NHL rink and then never got an NHL team, but compared to up in Memorial Gardens. With that said, yes, the Battalion have iced a winner already. I don't think many people expected it to be this year.
No.
So it's exciting that it's even gotten to this part. And the point that I'm trying to make as I ramble on here before O Canada is all these rookies or younger players on the team that are getting this experience now. Imagine how that experience is going to help them in years to come.
Yeah, for sure. And just having the players that are in this going to be where they're going now, like Ty Nelson's going to get drafted. He's going to go off to a camp. More than likely he'll be back, though, but he'll be back with experience of being at a camp.
Absolutely.
The same way Brandon Coe had that experience of being pro last year, coming back and able to help out the younger guys, show them what it takes.
Yep.
We're have more and more guys that are of higher quality players coming back and able to just kind of help keep developing the whole system.
Well, and exactly that. I mean, not that we enjoyed COVID, not that we enjoyed missing a season, but it really helped Brandon Coe because he got to play that NHL or that pro game anyways as we get ready for O Canada. But yeah, really exciting stuff here for the Battalion. But we'll turn things over to the public address announcer as they bring out some Bulldogs alumni and we get ready for O Canada.
And the first captain in Bulldogs OHL history, Justin Leckie. Fans, please stand if you're able to do so, remove your hats, and join Ali Simpson for the singing of our national anthem.
Ontario Centre in Hamilton, Ontario. This is my first game here in this rink, and I must say it's really neat to be here where there's so much history. The Canada Cup in the 80s was played here with Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky, and now we get to sit here and watch the Battalion take to the ice against the Bulldogs back.
There's also been some famous TV in Canadian history that was filmed here as well. I forget what the series was, but there was a team called I think they were the Steelheads, and they were a fictional NHL team that played in Hamilton.
Yep.
And just seeing... like to say hi to Jason and Brady, who are in on the YouTube chat there. Good to see you guys following along, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at the next game.
We do indeed. The Battalion are playing, keep in mind, Games 3 and Games 4 this week in North Bay at Memorial Gardens. That's Wednesday and Friday. As we get ready for the opening puck drop here of Game 2. The Battalion are going left to right in their road whites, and the Bulldogs in their home black jerseys are going right to left as the Battalion win the opening face-off, and Winslow rims it around the Bulldogs zone. And Jack-Eye, one of the big slow D, as Brandon Coe called it, gets the puck up for Humphrey. Humphrey coming in for the first shot on net. Couldn't tell if it was blocked by by Winslow, who's sprawling, but Divinchentis makes the save anyways. Winslow up to Jackson. Jackson through the middle of the ice, which is all clogged up, but it gets back to Nelson. Nelson throws it on net, and it's blocked by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs turn around and quickly through the neutral zone. Morrison gets it over to Humphrey. Humphrey with the shot. It was looking for the tip, and it goes wide. Bulldogs buzzing early, but now Russell with some speed into the neutral zone, chips the puck up the ice, and Humphrey will go and pick it back up. Bulldogs and Battalion both making their first changes of the game, as we are just a minute into this one of period 1 of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Bulldogs up into the Battalion zone, but Arnsby quickly thwarts that one, and they get the puck back out through the neutral zone. Grushnikov now. He's over for Steos. Back over to Grushnikov. Up the ice, and Shirk just misses it, and that's going to go for icing, even though Mysek, who took quite the tumble into the boards and looks a little bit shaken up, I thought he was the first one back to negate the icing, Ben.
Yeah, that was interesting the way that went, and that was an interesting fall all on his own there. But yeah, that was quite the play that we saw there. So far, Hamilton's really dominating the play. North Bay's got a few touches, but I'd like to see North Bay kind of turn up their control a little bit that they've showed throughout the season and sort of start displaying that.
Yeah, and they have, I mean, speaking of control, through the first 2 rounds, Mitchell Russell and Brandon Coe were 2 and 3, and the all-time leader on the all-time leaders, not all-time leaders, the all leaders of the OHL scoring race. You know, Russell with 22 points in 10 games, Coe with 19 and 9. So the Battalion looking to amp it up a little bit, but Hamilton doing a good job so far, getting some good chances as Tarasevic now playing the body hard against the Bulldogs. And it's back up for Shirk. He loses the handle of it at the blue line, and Tarasevic chips it into the Bulldog zone. Tarasevic into the corner. He's taken in hard by Van Vliet, and the Bulldogs regain possession, but Petrov picks it off. Petrov back to Tarasevic, walks out front with a nice little backhand on Costatini, and Costatini, the best goalie in the OHL right now, thanks to goals against, as we get a little bit of a scrum now, makes the save.
Yeah, Wakely went hard to the net there. Didn't hit the goalie or anything, but, made sure it was known that he was there. And the Hamilton defenseman didn't seem to like that very much.
No, he didn't at all, and, oh well, it is what it is, I suppose.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a penalty.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Van Vliet's going to be penalized. And that's something that the Battalion need to kind of do more of, is they took some needless penalties in game 1, but Hamilton's more than doubled their penalty kill or penalized time in this playoff series or playoff run than the Battalion. So that's something you need to do is, keep Hamilton in the box. Let them hurt themselves. Yeah,
so this power play is brought to you by Noah Strong, our proud sponsors. If you go to their website, noahstrong.ca, you can see if you're if you're an organ donor already, or if you need to make sure that you're registered to get that, and you can, in the worst case scenario, you could help save someone else's life.
Absolutely, as the Battalion are buzzing a little bit here on the power play early. Shirk gets it up and over Nelson, or Coe, however, or Petrov rather, and it's down to DiVincentis, who plays it off for Nelson. Nelson, he skates the puck up, and he's just going to look to drop pass it to Coe. Coe through the neutral zone with some speed. He gets around a couple of guys. Brandon Coe gets it back to Petrov. Petrov walks along the half side wall on the far side, gets it over to Coe now as Coe got himself some room. Up to Jackson, back to Coe. Coe back over to Russell now in the slot. Russell with the weak shot, and Costatini stops that one. So 17:40 left in the first period, 1:18 left in the power play. And the Battalion with a little weak chance there, but getting some good zone time.
Yeah, that was definitely a soft shot. Wasn't a hard stop for Constantini to add to his totals, but you know what? North Bay showed some good puck possession in there, and there's been a few times throughout the playoffs where they haven't done that on the power play so well, so it's good to see that's coming up.
Absolutely, and the Battalion have one of the better power plays overall in the league, which is always, of course, good to see, and we'll get to those numbers here momentarily, but Battalion back with possession as Russell on the near side corner, chips it back to Coe, who leaves it for Russell, or Nelson, back to Coe, cross ice for Petrov, Petrov with the shot, and it's stopped by Costantini. And as I mentioned, the special team records are the North Bay Battalion have the third best power play. They're clipping along at 36.4% in the playoffs. However, Hamilton has the third best penalty kill. They're clipping along at 86.1%, Ben.
Yeah, both these teams are strong at everything, right? So you're not going to you have to take all your chances whenever you can get them.
Absolutely. And they're not going to make many mistakes as Nelson with the shot, and it's tipped out front by Russell. And it's into the corner, and it's chipped all the way down the ice with 53 seconds left on the power play. Looks like Ryan Houlihan's telling his first group to stay out there as Petrov picks it up behind his net. Petrov with some speed, drops it back for Jackson, gets it over to Russell, and Russell just kicks it in. And Jackie's going to be the first one on it. Jackie takes a hit, but he makes the play. And the Bulldogs now get it out of their zone and down the ice. And now we're going to see a change for the second unit with 30 seconds left on the power play. Nelson looking up ice. He's going to leave it behind for Winslow and go off for a change. Winslow up for Coe. Coe skating through the neutral zone over to McDonald. McDonald up front for Winslow, and he just fans on the shot, and he had an open net. So the Battalion with a good chance as McTavish gets it up the ice. And DiVincentis is just going to hold on to that with 6 seconds left on the power play, and that's going to be about what does it here for the Battalion's first opportunity. But Avery Winslow with the first good chance for the Battalion.
That was, you don't get them all, but you would have liked to have seen that one, and I think that one's going to haunt him tonight.
Yeah, he's going to, I believe they're heading back to North Bay this evening, and that's going to be something that replays in his head the entire time. I'm sure the entire bus ride back as Arnsby comes in, but he loses it. Winterton wins it back, and Steos is just going to skate back out of the Battalion zone and dump it back in as he killed off what was left of the penalty. Grayson Ladd behind his net, up to Cam Govro. Govro looking up ice. He's going to skate it through and just dump it in as he gains the neutral zone. And now it was lost for Van Steensel, but he couldn't get a good chance. And Steos gets it up for McTavish. The Anaheim Ducks prospect, Mason McTavish, tries to get out front as he was bodied pretty good by Ladd. Didn't really get a good chance, but now Winterton has it back at the blue line. He sends it in as Ladd and McTavish are still on top of each other. No call coming against Ladd. One could argue, as he was basically laying on top of McTavish, that there could have been a call. And now it looks like there will be one. It wasn't the referee who made it right next to it.
Oh, that might not be a penalty, though. Oh, yeah, no, there was. There's a trip.
And it's to Arnsby. So now here's the Battalion penalty kill, which is brought to you by pucksupport.com. Head on over there, check out Mr. Brady Leavold's story, check out some of their merchandise as well, and help out a great cause. The Battalion are fourth in the league at 84%, and the Bulldogs are second so far in the playoffs at 38.3%. So they're a dangerous team when you give them the chance with the man advantage. Does the Battalion win it back? But quickly it's out front for McTavish. McTavish cross ice to Morrison, and the Bulldogs are going to go up 1-0 here. And that took 7 seconds on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I don't know if Hamilton could have drawn it any better than it came out there for them. And poor Dom DiVincentis in net there, he didn't have a chance.
No.
Guy in front all by himself, gets the puck, passes off to the side, guy all by himself, wide open net. Yeah, that's how you want to do it.
Well, basically the Hamilton Bulldogs are a creative team on NHL 22, where you just take any good player that you can find in the league. There's no salary cap in this league, of course, but you would ignore the salary cap in that game and put all the good players on one team, which is, I shouldn't say all the good players. The Battalion have some pretty good players as well, but the Bulldogs, they can just beat you so many ways, and once again, they go up. And it's I wonder if they've even trailed at all in this playoff run. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with a no, as the Bulldogs now get up through the neutral zone, and it's back for Ladd, and a shot comes in on DiVincentis, who blocks it away. Back to the point now with a shot in again. DiVincentis blocks it into the corner, and now it's Potaloo behind his net. Potaloo looks up ice, and he dumps it down the ice. Grushnikov picks it up in his own zone, and he's just gonna let his teammates set up as the Battalion just kind of skate around a little bit in front of him. Petrov now comes in and gives him some pressure, and that forces his hand a little bit, and the Bulldogs get the puck up through neutral zone. Thomas gets it back to Grushnikov in his own net, or his own zone, I should say, and it's up for McTavish. Thomas cross ice. Winterton can't get a hold of it, and Mathurin tries to pick it up, but McTavish knocks it off his stick. Mathurin on the far side half wall tries to chip it up, and it's left there for the Bulldogs to pick up. Bulldogs just skating around with some good pressure in the Battalion zone, and they get the puck back to the point, and it's shot on net, but DiVincentis somehow finds it, and we're going to get another stoppage of play. 14-13 left in the first period. And one thing I just want to say, there's 2 penalties now by the captain, Liam Arnsby, that's taken, and both have ended up in the back of the net as well.
Yeah, and neither of them were really essential plays. I think that's something that he's got to start watching. But the other thing is that we're going to we'll see some more penalties like that this game. We'll see more chippiness. We'll see more shots behind the play. So I think we're not done with those.
No, I don't think so either, and the referees will want to keep an eye on that one as Nelson accidentally chips it up past Brandon Coe, and it's going to go the length of the ice for icing. And we're going to have to do it all over again here in the Battalion zone.
So with 14:06 left in the first period, North Bay is down 1-0 on a power play goal. But yeah, lots of game left. Let's see what happens here.
Shots are tied 4-4, and the Bulldogs win it back for Jackeye. Jackeye, he got his pocket picked by Russell, but he can't get around the one guy that was left, and they get it up to Jackson. Jackson back to Russell. Russell tries to chip it back to Coe, and now the Bulldogs have a bit of a break. Hayes coming in all alone on Winslow. Hayes with the shot, and I think it might have hit some iron, and it's going to go all the way down to the Bulldogs zone. As Hayes stays up there in the Battalion zone looking for it. He had 4 points in game 1, so he's a dangerous fellow out there for the Bulldogs. Russell now struggles getting it out of his own zone. Russell with the big hit. And that's something the Battalion didn't do in game 1. There wasn't much pushback. And the Bulldogs kind of had their way physically with the Battalion. In the corner now, Winslow ties it up, and Arnsby comes in to pick it up. Arnsby leaves it for Coe, who puts it up for Van Steensel. Van Steensel gets it ahead to Arnsby, who just flips it into the Bulldogs zone and chases after it. Winterton now taking quite the hit from Arnsby. Or Kramer, I should say, the two captains collide. And the Bulldogs get possession back. Kammerer up to Humphrey. Humphrey back to Jack-Eye. And Jack-Eye's just going to hold on to it in his own zone and let the Bulldogs change. He's going to chip it up ice. And Mysick, the Montreal Canadiens prospect, will get it up for Ladd to pick it up. Puck goes cross ice. Grishnikov picks it up. And now he punches it into the Battalion zone. Ladd gets it back to McDonald, who just chips it back to Ladd. The Windsor connection, as both were acquired from the Spitfires at the trade deadline. And now Ladd's going to let his boys set up a little bit. Looks up ice for Van Steensel. Tries to get it for Jackson, but the Bulldogs stop that one. And now it's Diaco in his own zone. Diaco back to Steos. Son of former NHLer Steve Steos. And he gets it back to Grushnikov. Game's kind of halted a little bit here as both teams aren't giving up any shots, but neither team's giving up any possession either. As we hear a "Go Troops Go" chant go here in enemy territory. And DiVincentis was out to play the puck behind his net and just chips it up. Puck stopping there at the Battalion bench as Tarasevic or Podolou almost got a chance with it. Romani now. Podolou. Podolou couldn't handle it, and he just puts the puck in the corner for Sema to pick up. Instead, it's back to Nelson at the point. Nelson with the shot, and it goes wide. Winslow tries to corral it, but instead it's back in his own zone. He looks cross ice for his D partner, Nelson. Nelson gets it up to Romani, who just chips it into the Bulldog zone. Podolou takes down a guy. Diaco on his way. No call. And the puck's to the neutral zone again. Diaco now coming in. Diaco loses the handle on it. Nelson flips it up and out. And Petrov now trying to get around a guy. Petrov tries to get around two, and he can't do it. That was Van Vliet that stopped him with the skate. Good little push back there for that third line with Wakely and Petrov and Tarasevic. Back to Mathurin, who takes the shot, but is blocked by the Bulldogs. Biondi now loses the handle on it, and it's going to be Petrov who picks it up in his own zone. Petrov skates it up through the neutral zone, but he loses it at the Bulldogs' blue line. Wakely comes in and knocks over a guy, and we're going to go get another penalty kill here for the Battalion as Wakely just dumps his man, and he's going to take a penalty on that one.
Yeah, McTavish went down hard there and is a little slow to get up, but he's up and seems to be moving fine, and Wakely's being escorted to the box. I think that'll be 2 minutes for interference, I think is what they're calling it.
Either way,
I missed the call there.
Another needless penalty for the Battalion, I would say, with that one, but nonetheless, this penalty kill is brought to you by Puck Support. Head on over to their website, check out some of their merchandise, and of course, Brady Leavold's story, and give his podcast a listen as well. When you're done listening to the Frontline podcast, then listen to Brady Leavold's podcast.
There's a lot of podcasts for you to listen to.
Yeah, there's way too much listening. As the Battalion are going to do better on this power play as they just get the puck down, and already 8 seconds have gone by. Bulldogs now. Steos picking it up through the neutral zone. He's going to chip it back. McTavish over to Hayes, to Morrison. Morrison back to Steos. Steos back to McTavish at the point. McTavish is going to look for some options. He loses the handle on it, but then gets the puck back to the blue line, and it's out for Steos to have to go and recover. Quickly over to Morrison, and the Bulldogs regain the zone. It's out front quickly. And cross ice for Hayes. That's the move that you're going to see the Bulldogs want to make, as now McDonald in a foot race with Steos. McDonald coming in. McDonald with the shot, and Costatini with his biggest save yet stops the Battalion shorthanded. Steos with some nifty skating through the neutral zone. Gets it over to Hayes. Again, Hayes no slouch himself with 4 points in game one. Tries to get to the front, but Mathurin just kicks it away. And now Tarasevic trying to go after Steos. He's going to get the puck up through the neutral zone before he just dumps it in on Costatini. Costatini leaves it for Steos, and Steos is going to let his guys go for a quick change. 40 seconds left on the man advantage for the Bulldogs with Dallin Wakely in the penalty box. Steos up to Diaco. He's just going to dump it in. It's going to go around for McTavish to pick up. These guys have been out here this entire time. Just a quick little change here and there for a few guys on the power play. Goes back to White. He's going to come in and try to take the shot in the slot. Nelson's just going to dump it on down the ice. I don't think he realized that they had numbers going the other way, but the Battalion still kill off some time with 10 seconds left. Humphrey, he's going to chip it back. And it's going to be White again that just sends it on him. Diaco now. Back to White as Wakely comes back out for Jackeye, and he strips Jackeye of the puck. And quickly, it's going to be Petrov, but he's going to not get the handle on it. And Costantini tries to play it out, and Petrov almost got it again. The Battalion looking a little bit more dangerous as the time goes here in this first period. Humphrey gets into the neutral zone, or into the slot. He tries to go back door, and there's nobody there to receive the pass. Now the shot comes in on DiVincentis with 8:20 left in the first period, and we're going to get another stoppage of play. So we're going to come to our mid-period break, really. That snuck up on us a little bit.
Yeah. That's a different sound than I'm used to hearing. That little siren that they have go off there. It's not
the big horn that goes off and scares you.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But yeah, the Battalion coming on a little bit better there. They now lead the shot clock total at 6-5. They had some good options there shorthanded as well. McDonald going in, and then just at the end of the power play, Wakely trying to spring Petrov as he came in and just absolutely stripped Jackeye of the puck. So looking more dangerous for the Battalion.
Yeah, that was exactly what you want to see penalty kill do. Tarasevic made some really great plays fighting for the puck, making sure he got it, making sure it got out, making sure it got all the way down, and then got off for a quick change. He's really been, I think under-talked about important player on the team, providing a little depth, a little bit of that defensive ability.
Yeah, and he's somebody that I know, talking to Adam Dennis, the general manager of the Battalion, he was thrilled to get him in a trade from the Sarnia Sting. And, of course, he's playing later than some of his teammates in Sarnia are, as they were knocked out in the first round against the Windsor Spitfires. Excuse me, but, Tarasevic, he's been quite the addition for this Battalion team, and now we get that top line of Jackson, Russell, and Co. out there with Winslow and Nelson, so the Battalion going to look to reset here and maybe get themselves a good offensive opportunity after gaining some momentum against the Bulldogs power play. But it's the Bulldogs that win the face-off, and Jackeye now gets it through the neutral zone, or into the slot. Shot by Hayes, blockered away by DiVincentis. Now Winslow's going to try and get it up and out. But instead, Jackson picks it up. Jackson over to Co quickly. Cross ice for Russell. Russell, fresh off his NHL deal with the San Jose Sharks, just dumps it in. And that's going to be Kammerer that's going to pick it up and get it out of the Bulldog zone for Jackeye. Cross ice for Hayes. Hayes gets it in for Winslow. Winslow can't really get a hold on Hayes, and Hayes is going to skate by him. Nelson takes a bit of a run at a Bulldogs player and knocks him down. Now it's back to Jackeye, who takes a slap shot from the point, and it's going to go over DiVincentis' net. Bulldogs really doing a good job of having in this top line for the Battalion, as Jackson now gets it out to the neutral zone and just dumps it down the ice. It will be interesting to see what the line or matchups will be in North Bay with Ryan Houlihan getting last change, as they've done a really good job of neutralizing that top line here tonight. Van Vliet now hit by Van Steensel in the neutral zone, and Ladd picks it up in his own zone as the puck squirts down. Gets it over to Govro, who goes cross ice for McDonald. McDonald chipping it in for Arnsby, over to Van Steensel. Owen Van Steensel with the shot, and it's going to go wide. Back to Ladd at the point. Over to Govro, who loses the handle on it. Quickly, it's Diaco. Diaco now takes the shot. It's going to float over the net. That was a good chance for the Bulldogs there, but just going to float right over the net of DiVincentis. Puck now out front again for Van Steensel to pick up. Van Steensel loses the handle on it. Diaco now skates around, gets it over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet tries to get it through into the slot, but Arnsby's there to stop that attempt. Shirk now. He gets it behind the Battalion net. He's going to lose it to Van Steensel. Van Steensel had his pocket picked, but McDonald was there to get the puck out anyways. Grishnikov. Over to Van Vliet. Back to Grishnikov, who's going to set up behind his net with 6:14 left here in the first period. Bulldogs lead 1-0. And Van Vliet gets it up. It's going to hit off Wakely's stick and go into the corner. McTavish gets to it first and gets it around. But it's Petrov that gets it on the far side half wall for Christopoulos to Wakely. Wakely still holding on to it. Back to Christopoulos. He gets around behind his net to Mathurin. Mathurin gets it out front for Wakely. Wakely looks cross ice for Petrov, gives it away to Humphrey. Tarasevich now picks it up from him and promptly almost gives it back to him, but now through the neutral zone, Tarasevich and Humphrey battle for the puck. McTavish, cross ice. And it's going to be White, Gavin White picking it up, but he loses a bit of a step. And Wakely's going to pick it up and pin it along the boards in the corner. He gets it out for Christopoulos, and Mathurin comes in for support to pick it up. Tries to get it back to Christopoulos, but Christopoulos was no longer there, so the puck goes onto the near side half wall, and Winterton's going to fight for it now. 2 Bulldogs and 2 Battalion players in the corner, but the puck finally comes out for Romani. Romani chips it up and tries to get around Steos, and then promptly grabs his helmet and pulls on it. No call coming on that one either. The Bulldogs once again setting up shop behind their net, waiting for some guys to set up, and Potaloo, the high man for the Battalion, just letting him do so. Gets it over to Steos. It was quickly up ice for Biondi. Biondi, the former Sudbury Wolf, loses the handle on it. Now it's Sema through the neutral zone. Sema comes in, takes the shot. Costantini sends it wide and away from danger. The Bulldogs fighting for every inch of ice right now, just like the Battalion in their own zone. And they're just going to turn around and try to reset. Grishnikov over to Van Vliet. Back to Grishnikov. Grishnikov looking up ice. And he does get it up ice, and the shot comes in quickly on Divinchendis, who gets the pad out and turns it away. Ladd battling for it on the half wall, right near the broadcast booth. Gets it up to Sema. And Sema kicks it out and over the red line. Sema's just going to send it on down for Jackson and Co to go after. It's going to be Jackeye who picks it up. Jackeye up to Humphrey. Humphrey over to Jackeye. Jackeye scored a goal in game 1 as well, the 5th and final goal for the Bulldogs. And Winslow now looks for it up ice. He gets it over to Nelson instead. Goes to Co. Co goes cross ice to Jackson, who gives it to Russell to send in. Costantini now behind his net, plays it up. And it's Nelson who gets the shot attempt from the point. And it's going to be tipped by Russell, but they're going to deem it a high stick. So the Battalion are going to hold on to it. And they're going to get a whistle here in the Bulldog zone at 3:31 now left in the first period. And you know what? There's an alumni autograph signing, Ben Gleason, who I believe, I could be wrong, I believe he's from North Bay. So
I don't know. And Jack Hanley as well. Yeah. But one thing that I saw in the season that hasn't carried over yet was there was a bit of rough stuff between Co and Jackeye.
Yep.
And we haven't seen that really spark up this series yet.
No,
so I'm looking for that, though.
Ben Garrigan was the name I was looking for, not Ben Gleason. However, I was going to say, really rubbing salt in the wound there, Hamilton. But anyways, here we are. No, they haven't really done much yet. Jackeye with a quick shot as Divinchendis kicks it wide. And the Bulldogs regain possession. Bulldogs with another shot. And it's going to be blocked off Divinchendis' blocker. And Nelson with the option now goes up ice to Co. Can't get the handle on it. Co loses it for Jackeye. Jackeye's just going to send it back into the Battalion zone. He's going to go for icing. And one thing I have to say, yes, the shots are 9-7 in favor of the Bulldogs, so it feels a little bit even. The Battalion haven't really been able to set up shop in the Bulldog zone at all outside of the power play opportunity. Whereas the Bulldogs, as soon as they get into the Battalion zone, all they do is play the cycle game.
Yeah, they really have that down. And North Bay's, they've got a few shots, they've got a few good chances, but they haven't had sustained pressure.
No, they haven't. They really haven't. And the Battalion, again, getting some good shots and some good looks for sure. And a goal is bound to come eventually. As Grayson Ladd takes a shot, but it's blocked. Van Steensel picks it up, takes another shot. That one gets through, and Costantini blocks it out with the foot. Ladd now tries to bat it down. The Battalion certainly missed his presence in game 1. And Van Steensel's just going to dump it down the ice. Arnsby tries to stop it. But the Bulldogs get possession to give it again. Steos looking up ice. He's just going to leave it for Thomas at the Battalion point. And Thomas is going to send it in for Divinchendis to send into the corner. And now Govro picks it up in his own zone. Govro to Ladd. Ladd tries to get it up, but Steos is there quickly to knock it back in. Bulldogs falling in the Battalion zone. And Govro gets the puck up and out of the zone. Greshnikov over to Steos. Steos looking up ice, gets it to Thomas. Thomas tries to chip it in, and he does to McTavish. McTavish takes a sharp angle shot, and DiVincentis had to be sharp on that one. Wakely loses the handle on it to McTavish. McTavish now comes out with it. He gets it out front to Humphrey. Humphrey with the shot, but DiVincentis stands tall. And a quick wraparound attempt, but DiVincentis stops it. And now DiVincentis desperately holding on to it at his goal line, as that was a bit more dangerous than I thought when McTavish came around, and then we're getting some pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Yeah, we're getting some of that rough stuff that we expect to see a little bit earlier. Refs are stepping in there saying no more, and the guys are saying, yeah, some more, we're not done yet. And looks like the refs finally have things under control.
Yeah, and like I said, that was a bit more of a dangerous attempt than I thought from McTavish as he got the puck on the wraparound. And DiVincentis had to be sharp on that one as McTavish got two really good opportunities.
Yeah, he made that first save, and I'm not sure what happened, but after the save, it looked like he fell off balance a little bit.
Yeah.
And McTavish was saw the chance with the wraparound, and he just about got it there, but fortunately got over, and there wasn't any dangerous rebounds.
No, none at all, thankfully, for the Battalion, because he was in quite the precarious situation with 1:34 left in the first period as Arnsby gets kicked out of the face-off dot for Van Steensel to come in. Oh, and Van Steensel comes in and promptly wins it to Mathurin, who falls on the ice and gives it to Christopoulos. Christopoulos looking up ice, tries to get it out, and just does. And gets it to McDonald, who tries to bat it out through the neutral zone to Van Steensel. Humphrey picks it up. He gives it to Grushnikov. Grushnikov's going to get to the red line and dump it in. DiVincentis will stop it up, and Christopoulos will try and pick it up. Nifty little move by Hayes to get around Christopoulos, though, and the Bulldogs regain possession. Grushnikov back to Steos. Steos with the shot as it was chipped in front. And DiVincentis again stopping that one. Steos looks cross zone. And he's just going to keep on trying to do a one-man show here, but Van Steensel almost got the puck away from him. They tried to go cross ice. McDonald had to be quick with his stick on that one and dump it back out. McDonald now gets it up to Arnsby. Arnsby's just going to dump it in cross ice into the Bulldogs zone and go off for a change with 35 seconds left on the clock now in the first period. Bulldogs up 1-0, and they also lead 14-8 in the shot department, so that really got away from the Battalion. 26 seconds now left in the first, and the Bulldogs are content to just kill some time here. They finally get it up into the Battalion zone for McTavish, but Nelson takes the puck away from him, but now McTavish in the slot takes the shot, and somehow that beat DiVincentis, and the Bulldogs are up 2-0 here with 12 seconds left in period number one.
Yeah, as a goalie, when you have a guy like Mason McTavish left alone with the puck in front of the net, there's not much you can do other than guess, right? Like, at that short range, so North Bay's just got to be better on making sure they get those pucks out and that they're not leaving guys behind like that.
No, especially someone as dangerous as Mason McTavish, who, I don't know if you've heard about him, but, he kind of played in the Olympics this year and the NHL, so.
Yeah, he's done a couple high-level things. He might have a future ahead of him in this game.
Yep, and now we're back underway here for the final 10 seconds, and the Bulldogs get it down into their zone. And Mysick now gets it up to Shirk, who's going to dump it in, and that'll be about what does it here in this period as Govro takes it in the corner. And that's the end of period number one, 20 minutes in. Now we get some rough stuff as Russell takes a stick to the back, and now we're getting some pushing and shoving. But on the bigger picture of things here.
Oh, we might see Govro with a guy here.
Yeah, Govro's been known to drop the gloves, and he does!
There they go.
Govro now going toe-to-toe.
Govro throws some big ones, and he takes him down.
Takes down Duarte, and that's a fight there at the end of the first period for Govro and Duarte, and maybe that'll get the Battalion back into this game a little bit.
It's a little unfortunate that happened right at the end of the period that, they can't grab that momentum and go with it.
And that's back-to-back games now where the Bulldogs have scored in the final minute of the period, and they've gone up 2-0. Really unfortunate for sure for the Battalion, but we'll see how that affects them coming out in the final 40 minutes of play. We're going to do something a little bit different here. We'll take you around, we'll give you the updated stats, and we'll take you around the OHL as well, like we usually do. But then we're going to take a couple of minutes off of the intermission because It's just us doing the game here today, Ben.
Yeah, we don't have the whole team. Not everyone was able to make the trip down today.
How dare they? They're all fired.
Right?
So, it still says 1-0 Bulldogs. We know that's not true. Logan Morrison with the first goal. This is 11th of the playoffs. And it was assisted, of course, by guess who? Mason McTavish, who then goes on to score the second goal with a few minutes in. And the shots on goal, 15-8 for the Bulldogs. And the Battalion, just holding on for dear life, it feels like, at the end of that period. Noah Van Fleet going off for roughing at a minute 38 into the period. Then Liam Arnsby for tripping, and then Dallin Wakely for boarding. Of course, there was the fight at the end of the period, and we'll see if any other penalties come out of that one. And that's what's going on here in the OHL tonight, as it's the only game on the docket, of course, because we're only down to 2 series now left in the OHL playoffs.
Yeah, it's it's that time of year, right?
Yep.
And we got to be happy as North Bay fans that we're here.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone really expected to make it this far. I know there's a lot of faith in the guys, and we knew there was a talented team. But I think with them being so young, no one really expected to make it this far. So I think we got to be happy that we're here and that we're putting up a fight.
Absolutely. You want to see the Battalion come out of this, hopefully with a split, take away home ice advantage from the Bulldogs as they head back up to North Bay for games 3 and 4 on Wednesday and Friday. Be at Memorial Gardens for those ones, and we'll be live, of course, with the whole crew. But, no other games right now, and, of course, you got to enjoy the fact that you're still playing hockey in May and getting all this experience. It's something else. I'm a bit more of a golfer, so maybe some of these guys would, miss the links a little bit, but I'm sure none of them want to be there over here.
Yeah, I know. With the league that I play in, the men's league that I play in now, we're only there as long as the ice is in Trout Creek, which is not a very well insulated rink. So usually, I think it's in March that we call it a year.
Yeah.
But when I lived in St. Catharines, they were at a year-round men's league. Showing up to play hockey in shorts and sandals is an amazing feeling.
Oh, I can imagine for sure. Were you playing at the Jack? Or were you?
Some of the games were there. Most of it was at the four pad.
Yeah, okay. Of course, the Jack, the Battalion, were the team that got to shut that building down as they eliminated the Ice Dogs in 7 games in the 2014 OHL playoffs, which was one of the 3 times that they made it to the OHL Eastern Conference Finals. And, of course, they swept the Oshawa Generals in that series that year in 2014. They lost in 6 games to the Generals and eventual Memorial Cup champions in the Eastern Conference Finals. But the neat thing about that was the Battalion were able to, or the Bobby Orr Trophy was presented at Memorial Gardens to the Battalion the year before, and then it was presented again to the Generals in Game 6 in North Bay. So that was 2 straight years where the trophy presentation was there. And then, and now the Battalion here once again against the Bulldogs, and this is the first time the 2 teams have met in the playoffs outside of the Bulldogs being Belleville. So a little bit of an interesting storyline there. But anyways, enough of us. Enjoy your intermission. Go get some popcorn. Go order some pizza. We're in for a long game, I think, after the first 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
And we're back for the second period as the first intermission is about to wrap up between the North Bay Battalion and the Hamilton Bulldogs here at the First Ontario Centre in Hamilton, Ontario. The Bulldogs lead 2-0 so far after the first period. Shots on goal, 15-8 in favor of the Bulldogs. Courtney Kenny alongside Ben Long. And before we get into what has happened and what may happen, I'd like to shout out all the listeners back at home in North Bay, and of course a few that are from enemy territory in Sudbury. What are Wolves fans doing listening to this broadcast right now? I don't know. But anyways, we appreciate any of you and all of you listening. So you make what we do worth it and fun. And we're excited to get here underway for period number 2 of the game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Battalion and Bulldogs, not Steelheads. We're in the Steel City, however. Anyways, as I bring in Ben Long. Ben, what worked, what didn't for the Battalion in the first period? What can they work on here in the second?
There's a long list of what they can work on. I think they need to work on their discipline more than anything. The other thing is just like the couple times I made, quick kind of throwaway passes across the ice, and the puck ended up right on the tape of someone else in a good scoring chance.
Yep.
And that's how we got behind by 2. If they worked on just those 2 areas and fixed them, they wouldn't be behind in this game. So I think the big thing they need to work on is discipline. They're getting the puck out and through the neutral zone well. And they've had, difficulty at times doing that. So the fact that they have that going for them, I think that's a good, good starting off place and just need more control here.
Absolutely, for sure, as we get ready for the opening face-off. And they have to redo it here. The Battalion now going right to left in their road whites, and the Bulldogs in their home black jerseys going left to right as they come in on the attack first. Humphrey to Morris, and DiVincentis with the poke check like Johnny Bauer bats it away. Russell now in for Jackson, or Coe rather, and they try that move that they usually do at home where they'll get it off the kick plate and try to get it out front, and Coe got a good chance on Constantini. Coe, one of the only goal scorers for the Battalion here in the 2 games, him and Wakely, and what a great chance for the Battalion off the hop.
Yeah, that's the way you want to come off in a period, right? They need to keep that energy up, though, and keep the puck moving the right way.
Agreed. They're going to get another chance here as Coe gets the puck quickly over to Nelson. Nelson with the shot, and Constantini saw that one all the way and gets that one in the chest.
Yeah, when you're playing against goalies like this, taking a wrist shot from the point, you're not going to get very much, especially when you're putting it right on the logo. But you're getting out of the face-off in the other team's end, so I guess that's, not too bad.
Absolutely. And now Jackson losing the face-off. And Kammerer is going to get it around, but he can't get out of his zone. Kammerer now picks it back up in his own zone, looking up ice for some options. And he sees one that he likes. It misses everyone, though. Goes the length of the ice, and the Battalion pick it up for icing. And it's going to go back to the Bulldog zone.
And they change up who's out there, and they're bringing out the identity line, which been, they've been really the ones who've been driving offense this game, I think. They're the ones with the most chances, even shorthanded, so let's see what they can pull off here.
Absolutely. Arnsby, Van Steensel, and McDonald out there with Christopoulos and Mathurin. And Arnsby gets shown the gate from the penalty, or from the face-off circle, but McDonald wins it, and it's back to Christopoulos, who then flips it up and into his own bench. And Billy Holder, the former NHL defenseman, almost grabbed a hold of it.
Showing a little bit his, front of the net, loose puck. Whatever you can, get it out of there type of skills that he picked up back in Washington.
Yeah, for sure. And all of his almost 1,000 NHL games played in his career. And the Bulldogs win the face-off from the offside circle over the Battalion bench all the way back into their own zone. It's back to Ladd at the point, however. Ladd's going to get it back for McDonald. McDonald tried to go up front, but Steos takes it off, and Van Steensel comes in for support and picks it up. McDonald knocks down Steos, and the puck's back to Ladd now on the ice. Puck sent in front, but Steos is there to stop it from going through the slot. And Wakely backs it back in. McDonald now with the shot. Back to Wakely. Wakely with another chance, and it almost went in as it redirected twice in front of Constantini. Mathurin now picks it up in his own zone, gets it back to Ladd. Ladd loses the handle on it, and Shirk comes in, but quickly Ladd picks it back up and knocks it off his stick. Tarasevich now with speed through the neutral zone. He looks to get the shot away, but it's blocked in front and off to the side. Grushnikov now nearly tripped and fell. And the puck comes out in front of Costantini. And Mathurin takes a shot as Costantini had lost his trapper.
Oh.
And we're going to get a penalty here as the referees are showing some guys the gate with some more rough stuff coming after the whistle. That was Wakely and Grushnikov mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, Wakely wasn't particularly involved aside from receiving on that one.
Yeah.
Grushnikov just kind of like slammed him in the head from the side and grabbed onto him. And as soon as he hit him the first time, the ref had his arm up and was pointing to the box. So, I mean, it's good to see the refs keeping on top of things, not getting too rough.
Yep.
Yeah, McDonald really dumped Staios behind the net there.
Yep.
And it was sort of more he got hit and then just kind of pushed back. And, yeah, McDonald's a big boy with a lot of strength behind him.
He is for sure. And does the Battalion get ready for another Noah Strong penalty? Head on over to their website, noahstrong.ca. Find out if you're an organ donor. And also check out some of their merchandise at Skater's Edge Source for Sports in North Bay or online. They got some really nice looking things as the Battalion get their top power play unit out there. And that's Petrov, Russell, Jackson, Coe, and Nelson. So we'll see if the Battalion can get anything cooking here on the power play. They look dangerous in the first period. But it's quickly back to Jack-Eye, who knocks it down the ice and kills some time off. DiVincentis out of his net to play it, leaves it for Nelson. Nelson looking up ice. He's going to do the drop pass back to Coe. And Coe's going to walk through, and he's going to lose the handle on it immediately. And Jack-Eye is going to pick it up and dump it down. And now Hayes has it. 2-on-1 for the Bulldogs. Hayes takes the shot. Shorthanded goal for the Bulldogs. And that's Hayes picking up the goal there.
I mean, that was such a good shot. And that was just a really sloppy play by the Battalion to allow that chance to happen. But when you have a team so as strong as Hamilton there, you can't give up chances like that.
No, and Brandon Coe promptly goes back to the bench, breaks his stick on the bench. And you know he's got to feel bad about that one because he was the one that turned it over initially.
Yeah.
So for Hayes, that's his 4th goal of the postseason. He's up to 13 points in 6 games played, though. And this Bulldogs team is dangerous all times that they're out there. And it's not looking good for the Battalion here in Game 2 of this Eastern Conference Finals. I wonder what they're looking at right now.
Yeah, not really sure what's being looked at because the refs aren't particularly talking to anyone or looking over at. They're not watching anything, so I'm not sure what's being reviewed on that.
Well, if you look at the guys in between in the penalty box there, the timekeepers, they're looking up at the video judges, which are up here in the gondola with us as well. And it looks like they're going to get it. Yep, it looks like it's going to get ready to go. So the Bulldogs are up 3-0 with 18:01 left in the second period. After the Battalion had a pretty good start to the period. McDonald now stops it in the Bulldogs zone as Jack-Eye tried to get it out. And instead Kramer is going to get it out. But then Winslow comes in to stop that one. Van Steensel rims it around to McDonald. McDonald sends it back for Van Steensel. Van Steensel behind the net with it. He's looking across as the Battalion set up shop. He gets it in for Arnsby. Arnsby in the corner with it. He's going to send it back to Winslow. Winslow cross ice to Ladd. Ladd over to McDonald. McDonald with the shot. It is stopped in front by Van Steensel. And then Arnsby came in with the second attempt and just put it over Costantini's net. The Bulldogs now with 55 seconds dump the puck down for DiVincentis to go and play it. DiVincentis looking up ice and instead leaves it behind his net for Ladd to pick up. Ladd looking up ice. Looking for some options, gets it to the neutral zone and dumps it in. The Battalion not getting any clean entries here on this power play. And the Bulldogs promptly send it down. And that first unit's going to come out again with 30 seconds left. Ladd in the corner. Battling it out now with Thomas. And it's going to be Winslow who comes away with it and promptly gives it away. Kramer with the shot, and DiVincentis had to be sharp on that one. What a brutal turnover by Avery Winslow.
Yeah, good thing Dom was on the ball there because that could have quickly been a second shorthanded goal on the same penalty.
Yeah, that would have been awful and deflating for the Battalion for sure. There's moments in a game where you can tell you're not going to win a game, and that would have been a moment right there.
Yeah, that might have been one we put it a little bit too far.
Yeah, 3-0. We've seen the Battalion come back in those deficits before, albeit against, no offense, Kingston, an inferior opponent. But that said, 4-0 would be quite the mountain to climb. Battalion rim it around now. Romani picks it up in the offensive zone. 4 seconds left on the power play. Over to Potaloo, who tries to get it back to Sema, but instead the Bulldogs are going to come away with it. And now we're back to 5-on-5. And it's going to be Romani with the puck in his own zone. Romani over to Mathurin. Mathurin's just going to stop up at the corner, get over to his D partner, Christopoulos. Christopoulos looking up ice. So doesn't like what he sees, so he turns back around. And now he's going to carry the puck out of his own zone. Christopoulos gets to the neutral zone, dumps it in. And the Battalion chase after it. Potaloo and Sema now, getting bodied by a few Bulldogs in the near side corner at the half wall. And it's going to be Mason McTavish who comes away with it now. McTavish and Sema mixing it up a little bit. He gets it up to White instead, though. White over to Winterton. And McTavish over to Winterton again, but Mathurin gets the stick up, so there was no attempt there for Winterton. Tarasevich with some speed. Petrov over to Nelson, who takes a shot. It's blocked, and the puck goes out of play. And with 15:26, we're going to have another stoppage in play.
Yeah, so that fourth line getting some ice time there. They're doing pretty good. I like how they're playing out there.
Yeah, they're bringing some energy for the Battalion for sure. And so is that third line as well. So, they're getting a lot of energy for the Battalion than they needed after they started off this period rather well and then gave up the shorthanded goal. And you don't like to see that at all. Shirk and Wakely for the face-off. And looks like Shirk's going to get waved out. Mysick now coming in. And the puck's back to Nelson at the point. Nelson with the backhand shot. He's had himself a good game so far for the Battalion, getting lots of looks. But Costantini holds on to that one. And we're getting another stoppage and play quickly.
Yeah. I'd like to see, that was a good one. Nelson actually went in with the puck, made a chance out of it. A few of the times he's gotten the puck and just kind of taken a lazy shot from the point. And with Costantini, that's not going to lead to anything.
No, he's been lights out for the Bulldogs this playoff run so far. Nelson back at the point with it. Looks to get a shot away, but it's blocked by Mysick. And then Nelson just sends it back down the ice. Coming in is Shirk. Shirk with the shot from the point, and it's going to go over DiVincentis' net. And now Nelson bats it back around for Petrov. Petrov over to Nelson. Nelson finds Tarasevich, but it's going to go through his skates. And it's going to go down into Costantini's net, and Wakely's going to fall, be taken down by Grushnikov, and knocked into the net. And then Grushnikov, kind of carrying things over from earlier when he took the penalty against Wakely, gave him a bit of a shot, and Wakely got up looking to go after him a little bit, but the refs got in there quickly.
Yeah, the refs were all over that, and I think we're going to continue to see them in there quickly. With the way the first period ended, they don't want too much of that boiling over.
No, for sure. And of course, those two combatants, Govro and Duarte, are out of the box now. They served their time. Haven't seen Govro on the ice yet, though. As we see Ladd and Mathurin out there right now. So a bit of a change up on the D side as that identity line comes out for the Battalion as well of Van Steensel, Arnsby, and McDonald. Arnsby tripped up on the face-off. No call coming. Mathurin just knocks it back in for Arnsby to go after behind the net, and he lets it go for McDonald. McDonald loses the handle on it. It's going to go through the neutral zone. Duarte takes a big hit from Mathurin, and Van Vliet now takes a big hit from McDonald behind his net. Van Steensel comes up with it, sends it back behind the net, and Van Vliet stops it from getting to McDonald. And now Arnsby comes in and throws his weight around. Back to McDonald to Van Steensel, who fans on the shot. And speaking of fans on the shot, that Avery Winslow missed chance in the first period is looming large now as the Battalion had the first real good chance as McDonald's now hit by Duarte. So we're getting a little bit chippy here. Now it's getting really rough.
Oh, there's a penalty.
Get a penalty for sure. As it looks like Arnsby's going to mix it up a little bit as he knocks off the helmet of a couple of guys. Now Ladd comes in. So we've got mix-ups from everyone. Mathurin and Duarte are the only ones that aren't fighting. McDonald's going to the box for sure. And now Ladd's all over his guy. Looks like Biondi's at the bottom of that.
Yeah, there's a couple guys on Armsby right there, and Ladd came in and took exception to one of them, and that pile's still being undone.
Well, the battalion had to do something to get themselves back into this one. And maybe throwing their weight around a little bit would be part of that, and that was a good shift by that identity line, throwing their weight around, but then the Bulldogs did as well. So we see Biondi in the box, along with McDonald. And that looks like all that's going to happen. So we're going to look to see what the calls are. Is it going to be 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? The referee explaining things to Winslow and Kramer. We'll have to see what happens here. Winslow pointing at something on the ice, asking for some explanation here. But right now, the only two people in the box are McDonald for the Battalion and Biondi for the Bulldogs. It looks like we're going to get 5-on-5 hockey.
And the Battalion are doing a thing that we've regularly seen them do, where they are slow leaving the bench area, hoping to get the ref to come over and talk to them.
Yep. Well, you know what? That's their form of protest right there, and it's worked for the Battalion so far. And it looks like the Battalion are going to be penalized with the extra guy, as that's exactly what's going to happen. So the Battalion are going to be on the penalty kill, as Petrov goes over to serve the 2 minutes for McDonald. So the Battalion again penalized here. Penalty kill brought to you by pucksupport.com. Again, head on over there, check out Brady's story, and check out all the merchandise he has, as well as the money goes to a good cause and a wonderful charity in Puck Support. So check out that website for sure.
Yeah, of our sponsors, they both have some really cool gear that you can get, and it's both of them are going to a really great cause that, you know, for everyone. They're issues that touch everyone's life.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're in Hamilton and was told today that, you know, even the Noah Strong brand makes it all the way down here. As the Bulldogs quickly getting some opportunities here, but Mathern's going to get it up and out, and Steos can't get a hold of it. So with minute 45 left on the power play for the Bulldogs, Steos is going to skate it through the neutral zone, leave it for McTavish. McTavish skates it around Russell, and then he gets it in, and the Bulldogs set up shop. Back to Steos. Steos over to Morrison. Morrison back to Steos, looking for the shot. It's blocked by Russell. Mathurin now. Back to Russell, or rather back to Steos, as Russell chases after him. Steos looks back. He's going to go looking to go cross ice, but instead leaves it up for McTavish. McTavish gets it back to Steos. Goes cross ice to Morrison. Morrison up for Hayes. Hayes takes the shot, and that beats DiVincentis. 4-0 Bulldogs.
That was, I mean, again, a great shot on a well-run power play. There's not much North Bay can be doing against that, other than being disciplined and not taking those penalties in the first place.
No. And again, it's the second time in this period that the Battalion have put together some good shifts, and then they go and take a penalty or something like that happens, and they give it right back to the Bulldogs, and it's really frustrating to watch here. It's frustrating to watch because you know this team is better than this, and they just have come out here and they need to put it together, because that was a sharp angle shot from Hayes, and all the credit to him for finding the one hole on DiVincentis, and he makes you wonder if you're going to see Joe and net again here. And for Ryan Houlihan, he's probably like looking at it like, what's going on? My two guys, you know, all year have now let in 4 and 5 goals in these first 2 games, and this one's not even over with yet. Play back underway now. Romani behind the net. And Van Vliet with Podolou. Thomas now with the puck on his own zone. Tries to get it up and out, but Govro picks it up. And Govro tries to knock it back in. Eventually he succeeds, gets across ice, and it's back into the Bulldog zone. Sema gets a shot, gets a chance out for Podolou. Takes a weak shot, and Costantini knocks it wide. Romani now in the slot, gets a shot away, but it's blocked. And it's back to Sema. Sema turns around, takes a shot. Costantini with his glove stops that one.
You know, just to go on what we were talking about before play started up again, I don't think you can blame the goalies. I don't think Adam's sitting there saying anything about what are my guys doing in net there. It's such a powerhouse team that, you know, you give them any chances and they're going to make the best of it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that happens in the game of hockey, and I think that's just the case of one team really is just outgunning the other team.
And that's what's happening is the depth, which we've seen with the Battalion all year long, has not been there compared to the Bulldogs' depth, and the Bulldogs have yet to lose a game in this playoff run. They're 9-0. So the Battalion really hoping for a split here. It's looking unlikely as it's 4-0 with 12 minutes left in the second period, but never say never. It was 4-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Boston Bruins, so who knows? We'll see what happens here as Petrov goes in and tries to get the puck out of the corner, but Winslow comes in and grabs it instead. Tarasevic now tries to get up front for Wakely. And McTavish now through the neutral zone. McTavish trying to get past Nelson. Winterton picks it up instead, and Nelson bats it into the corner. McTavish with it again. He gets it over to Grushnikov. And Grushnikov skates around a couple of guys, and then he gets it back to McTavish at the point. McTavish takes the shot. It's blocked in front by Nelson, and Nelson looks up ice. Nelson gets to the neutrals, or gets to the red line, and then slaps it into the Bulldog zone, something we've seen a lot of in this game, just dump and chase for the Battalion. And the top line comes out, and they've been really quiet in this series as well. When your best players have to be your best players, so let's see if they can get something going here for the Battalion. Russell gets it up to Coe. Coe stopped at the blue line, dumps it in. It doesn't get very far, though, and the Bulldogs are back into the Battalion zone. Hayes gets it into the corner for Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye gets it out front, and now it's Coe with it. Coe gets it over to Russell, and Russell narrowly avoids a big hit from Jack-Eye. Mathurin now up to Jackson. Jackson comes into the Bulldog zone, and he tries to get out front, but fans on the shot, or fans on the pass, but Coe picks it up anyways. Coe now, cross ice to Jackson, or Russell rather, and Russell takes the shot. And Costatini stops that one, so on the shot clock now, it's tied 18-18, but 4 of the 18 shots for the Bulldogs have found the back of the net, and none for the Battalion to this point at 10:39 now left in the second period.
Yeah, and the big difference there is quality of shots. Yeah, we just have a lot more actual scoring chances out of those 18 shots than we do for North Bay.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs, getting some chances on the power plays too, and then even shorthanded as well. So they've scored 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal in this one out of those 4. So not good look for the Battalion at all. Govro loses the puck behind his net. And it's going to be the Bulldogs with possession in the Battalion zone, back to White. White takes the shot. It's blocked in front by Duarte. And then McDonald gets it in the corner, takes a run from Duarte, and then knocks over Duarte. Duarte's holding his head now. But he skates off under his own power. And we're going to get an offside call here. Fans are chanting something.
So I'm not sure what happened there, but in that play after McDonald took the hit from Duarte, he was skating away, and I don't know if he hit him in the side of the head or if something happened there, but Duarte went down.
Yeah.
And it looked like Hamilton was looking for a penalty there that never came.
Well, now Duarte's back out on the ice, so he seems to be fine. You don't want to mess around with the head at all, but he's back out there like I mentioned. Potaloo looking to win the faceoff. He loses it, and the Bulldogs with possession in their own zone. White chipping it up. It's going to be Biondi. Gives it over to Sims, and it's going to be behind the Battalion net. Ladd comes away with it. He looks to just chip it up and out, and White loses the handle on it. Potaloo now skates through the neutral zone. Potaloo with the shot! And it's stopped by Costantini, and Potaloo blows a tire and falls into the corner. Van Vliet over to White. Gets it back to Ladd. Ladd goes cross ice to Govro. Govro up to Potaloo, who dumps it in. Romani now comes in. Romani with the puck knocked off his blade as he was in the slot almost all alone. So the Battalion once again mounting a bit of a comeback here. We'll see if it leads to a goal. McTavish now being hounded by Winslow. And the puck's back to the blue line, but not out. Bulldogs with another great chance on net. Stopped by Divinchentis. Tarasevic now knocks it up into the neutral zone for Wakely. Wakely can't get around Steos. And Now Grushnikov with it. Wakely looking for the puck at the Battalion or the Bulldogs blue line. He takes down Thomas, and then it's batted back into the Bulldogs zone. Staios to McTavish, or rather Winterton, I should say. We're so far up, Ben, it's hard to see the numbers sometimes.
Right?
We're gonna get the bends if we go down too quickly. Need to pressurize on the way back down as DiVincentis picks up the puck. And that's going to be our mid-period break. And now guess what? Some more rough stuff after the whistle in front of DiVincentis' net.
Yep, it was Winslow, and can't make out who it was for Hamilton, but there's a little bit of exception to something that someone took. But there was nothing really around the goalie, so that ended pretty quickly and uneventfully.
Absolutely. Well, the big thing is the Bulldogs picking up Arbor Jacki from the Rangers and Mason McTavish from the Petes at the trade deadline. And they've been really big pieces for them, but the Battalion picking up McDonald and Ladd. And the big difference is the Bulldogs really mortgaged their future and got rid of a lot of picks and some great young prospects for those two players. The Battalion trading Josh Curry, Alex Christopoulos, and some picks for basically, well, Alex Christopoulos was a different trade, but basically Kyle McDonald, who will be around for another year as an overager, Grayson Ladd and Nikita Tarasevich, who will also be around another year. So the Battalion are set up for the future. The Bulldogs, not so much.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, that when North Bay at the deadline did some pickups, did some moves to strengthen up their team, and they did a really good job, they did not mortgage the future.
No.
Hamilton went all in, and it shows. When you see the product that's out on the ice, there's no question that Hamilton has probably one of the strongest teams that's been in the OHL in a long time.
Absolutely, and you know, they're going to go for it, and they, you know, anything short of a championship is disappointment this time of year for the Bulldogs. But the Battalion, you know, they love the experience being here. They're excited to be here. The young players, we talked about this off the top. It's they're building for the future for sure. But for some of these guys like Brandon Coe or Mitch Russell, this is their last kick of the can. So, or Grayson Ladd, you want to see something happen there for them as the Battalion plays back underway, gets stuck in their own zone again. And the puck's back out into the neutral zone for Humphrey, over to Jacki. Jacki dumps it in to the Battalion zone, and Winslow picks it up first. Winslow taking it to the boards hard. And the puck's back to Humphrey at the blue line. Or Kramer. Kramer takes a shot. DiVincentis gloves that one down. 7:58 now left in the second period. Bulldogs lead 4-0. Shots are 20-19 in favor of the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, so this period's been, in my opinion, closer than the first period. We've seen the puck go both ways. North Bay hasn't been getting hemmed in quite as much as they were in the first period. We just got to see them keep making those same improvements, moving the other way.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, the quality of shots. Yes, the Battalion are there with shots, but Constantini has been able to see the puck most of the way, and the Battalion haven't really been able to set up shop at all in the Bulldogs zone, whereas the Bulldogs have had their way with the Battalion in their offensive zone. Van Steensel now looking to get it up and out, and he does, and then runs into Grushnikov, who takes a bit of a shot from Arnsby along the way as well. Bulldogs back into the Battalion zone real quick, and it's McDonald who recovers the puck for the troops. Wakely up to Van Steensel. Van Steensel dumps it in. Constantini goes to pick it up, and he fans on the pass, and then Van Steensel was there, but Constantini was able to get it out to the point for the Battalion really quick after that. Arnsby tries to get the puck, but instead Mathurin keeps it at the point, only to fall over, and now it's Diaco. Diaco in the rush, waits for his teammates to pull up, and they just walk in on DiVincentis with a chance, but it's stopped by the goaltender. McDonald tries to get the puck in deep, but he can't. Diaco picks it up over to Staios, and it's over to Govro. Govro just dumps it back into the Bulldog zone, but quickly it's back out to the Battalion zone as Diaco picks it up at the Battalion blue line. And now it's Podolou with it through the neutral zone. Podolou carries it in. He takes the shot, and big rebound by Constantini. Simo was there, but there was about two Bulldogs there with him as well. White now coming in on a little makeshift 2-on-1. Duarte now with a chance to tip it in, and DiVincentis stands tall on that one and gets a stoppage in play.
Yeah, that was a good, important save that DiVincentis made there. Quick to cover it up. made sure there wasn't any nonsense after for Hamilton to have another chance.
Yep.
And I think that's what we need to keep seeing more of him, make the save, cover it up, get the play going on.
That's something they need for sure. No more secondary chances at all. This is a dangerous Bulldogs team. And Wakely's going to win the puck back to Nelson. He gets it to the neutral zone, but no further. White in his own zone. Over to Steos. He gets it up and tips it in. And it's going to be Thomas who chases after it. Thomas in the corner with Winslow. And guess who? Mason McTavish picks it up. Steos takes the shot. DiVincentis didn't see that one, but it went wide. Petrov now with some speed through the neutral zone. Carries it into the Bulldog zone. Carries it across and gets a shot to go, but it's wide of the net. White up to Thomas. Over to McTavish. McTavish, the former Peterborough Pete, gets it back to the blue line. For Jacki, who takes a shot. Now it's Petrov, and the Battalion have a 2-on-1. Petrov going in with Tarasevich. Back to Tarasevich, and it's out of his reach. So no shot on goal on a 2-on-1 from Petrov and Tarasevich. And the Bulldogs have it back in the Battalion zone. Jackson, and the Battalion have numbers again. Russell looking to go in. Russell takes the shot. Costantini stops that one. Russell gets it back behind the net for Coe. Coe out to Jackson. Back to Christopoulos, who takes another shot. And Costantini stands tall on that one. So the Battalion with a really good shift there. Started with a third line and then got back in there again quickly with that top line after the change. And got a few shots on goal. And that's the most dangerous the Battalion have looked all game long.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's the best that first line's looked all game as well. Actually controlling the puck in the end and moving it around, getting good shots on.
Absolutely, and that's what they need to do. Change the looks for Costantini. He's seen all of them as it's quickly to Russell in the slot. It's blocked on net, and Hayes now turns the other way. Hayes sends it in deep, and Christopoulos goes after it. And Jackson's going to be the one that comes away with it. Back to Christopoulos. And now it's Coe. Getting it back to Hayes. Hayes takes it away from him. And is Kramer with it in his own zone over to Jacki. Back to Kammerer. Kammerer looks up ice. And Hayes just going to dump it in. 4:47 left in the second period. Christopoulos gets it up to Russell. And Russell's going to turn around in the corner with it. Looks up ice. And goes over cross ice to Mathurin. Mathurin gains the red line. Dumps it in. Not very far as Jacki picked it up at the blue line and just pulls it on into his own zone for Kramer. Shirk now comes in. He looks to get the shot away, but it goes wide of the net. And now the Bulldogs with some more pressure. So after looking pretty good at that top line, the Bulldogs regain the pressure here. Get it up to Van Steensel at the blue line. Mysek giving him all sorts of fits, but it's Van Steensel who comes away with it. Van Steensel tries to get a shot on net, but it's going to go wide of Costantini's net. Now it's stuck behind. And Arnsby's going to go after it. Arnsby fanning on the pass attempt. Gets up to McDonald. And he's just going to ride around the boards and get past Van Steensel. And the Bulldogs are going to get back out into the neutral zone. Mysek now coming in. He only has Govro to beat, but he turns around to wait for some reinforcements. Shirk now walking in. Goes cross ice for Diaco. Diaco back to the blue line for Grushnikov. Grushnikov takes a shot, and DiVincentis kicks it away. Podolou now comes up ice. He takes a far shot. It's kicked out by Costantini. Podolou tries to kick it back out to the neutral zone. And it's Winslow who picks it up and just dumps it back down, and everyone goes back on side and comes back in for it. Grushnikov waiting for his guys to set up shop again and get a quick change in. He's holding it behind Costantini's net. 3:12 now left in the second period. Bulldogs up 4-0. Shots are tied 23-23. It's quickly up to Duarte and the Battalion zone, but Winslow takes him hard into the boards. Duarte, public enemy number 1 for the Battalion here in this period. And Romani gets it up to Podolou. Podolou carries it in. And he can't get past Steos. And then Nelson comes in for support. And White picks it up. That's a mini little 3-on-1 for the Bulldogs. Biondi back for the shot, and it's a nice kick saved by DiVincentis, who's made some great ones in this game. Puck out front with a fan attempt, but it's back to the blue line for White. White gets a shot off, but it's blocked by Sema, and now Romani has it. He goes cross ice for Wakely. Wakely with a nice little tip to Sema, who gets run over by Grushnikov, who's gone after Wakely all game, but Wakely comes away with it out front to Tarasevic and is off a body and out of play. So another stoppage in play with 2:19 left. And Grushnikov, who's gone after Wakely all game, tried to get him there, but Wakely went after the puck instead. So good on the youngster Dallin Wakely to just kind of keep his composure.
Yeah, when discipline's short in a game, I think that says a big thing about a player. If he can, step away from a time like that where it would be very easy to go take a shot at a guy.
Absolutely. So the Battalion doing good there. They keep their composure.
And it's an interesting time of year for a lot of these guys because they're fighting to make to the next round because that's what they're here for. They're all here to win. But a lot of them have looming in the back of their heads, it's potentially a draft year. They have teams potentially wanting to talk to them, scouts at all the games. There's a lot of pressure for these guys who are not that old to have that kind of pressure on them right now.
And I mean like a Wakely, it's his draft year, and Nelson is his draft year, so lots of pressure here as well. Van Steensel, we were talking to his agent before the game. It's his draft year. We'll see where he ends up as the puck's back to the point for Ladd. Ladd walks in, takes a slap shot, but it's blocked by Van Vliet and into the corner. Tarasevic back to Petrov. Petrov behind the net, loses the handle on it. Now it's him and Grushnikov in the corner. Grushnikov with a bit of a nifty little move around him to get possession of the puck. And Thomas now picks it up. Out to Winterton. It's Christopoulos who picks it up first, and the Battalion poke it up and out of the zone. Thomas looking for some options. He takes a body from Petrov. And Petrov now in the neutral zone just gains the red line, gets across ice to Tarasevic. Tarasevic takes a long shot from the neutral zone. And it's going to be back out to the neutral zone, but it's going to be Jackson who picks it up. Now Coe coming in. Coe, center of the ice to Russell, and it's blocked in front. Jackson with his stick just chopped right out of his hands. No call coming on that one, and now it's McTavish almost coming in alone, but the puck just escapes his reach. Jackson up to Coe. Coe gets it back to Russell. Russell sidesteps a hit, and he tries to get a shot off, but instead Hayes picks it up, and now it's Morrison going the other way. Morrison over to Humphrey in front of the net. Humphrey tries to get the shot, but he's taken down. And I don't think anyone tripped him but himself, so no call on that one as well, and he didn't get the shot away. 1 minute left here now in the second period. Bulldogs with the 4-0 lead up to Nelson. Nelson goes cross ice for Jackson, but Jackson is out of his reach, and the puck's back down to the Battalion zone quickly. Nelson in a foot race with Morrison, gets the puck back, but Hayes is the one that picks it up on the near side wall. Hayes loses the handle of it to Russell. Russell just out of gas at the end of a long shift, but McDonald comes in for support. McDonald up to Winslow, tries to sidestep a hit, but he loses the handle of the puck while in the process. And now it's Mathern with the puck. Mathern over to Arnsby, who kicks it up for Van Steensel. And then they lose the handle. 15 seconds down. Morrison sends it down to the Battalion zone. And Mathern sends it the complete opposite way. And we're going to get an icing call here with 9.9 seconds left on the clock for the Bulldogs here, or to have a quick little opportunity in the Battalion zone.
Yeah, so this is about as much time as was left when they scored their goal at the end of the first period. But
Yep.
As I said, coming into that last Kingston game, Kingston's a high firepower team, but so is North Bay. If they can get one quick one coming out of the next period, I think we're still in a game here. Like, it's not end of the world scenario right now, I don't think.
Quick shot from Jack-Eye off the face-off. Jack-Eye takes another one and is blocked by DiVincentis, and that's going to do it here for the second period. The Bulldogs find themselves up 4-0. Shots on goal, 26-23. And the Battalion find themselves down 4 going after 40 minutes of play. So it'll be a little tough here to go for the Battalion in the third period. Goals in that period scored by Avery Hayes, and guess who? Avery Hayes getting both goals there, coming at the 1:59 mark and the 6:48 mark as well. Penalties in that period, as we mentioned, Govro and Duarte have both had fighting majors at the 20-minute mark of the first. And it was Artem Grushnikov for roughing at a minute 36. Kyle McDonald for charging at 5:56. Kyle McDonald again for roughing at the same time, served by Petrov. And Biondi for roughing at 5:56 as well. So that's your penalties there after the 40 minutes. And the shots actually in that period, North Bay outshot the Bulldogs 15-11, but they trail 23-26 overall. But we'll be back with more after the second intermission. Thanks for joining us here on the Frontline Game Day broadcast. We'll be back with the third period. And we're back for the start of the third period between the North Bay Battalion and Hamilton Bulldogs at the First Ontario Centre, the old Cops Coliseum. It was built to attract an NHL team, and Hamilton just never ended up getting that chance. Although it looked like in the 2000s they might, when they almost, a gentleman who owned Blackberry, can't remember his name for the life of me right now, almost bought the...
Jim Balsillie.
Yes, he almost bought the Pittsburgh Penguins, but Mayor Lemieux said, hey, wait a sec, we actually have a good team here, and we won a couple of cups since then, so...
Wasn't he in on Phoenix for a little bit too?
He was, and then the NHL stepped in and said, well, we're going to run it. And now they're going to be playing out of a college hockey stadium, which won't let them have their logo at center ice.
We believe this is a good hockey market. Okay, 5,000-seat arena.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. Everybody and their mother knows it's not going to work out in the desert, but Gary Bettman keeps saying he is. Anyways, that's just like my opinion, man.
You know what? I'm actually surprised it doesn't work out better there. You get a lot of, the same with Florida, you get a lot of snowbirds there for the winter, so you'd think they'd have more seats sold, but...
Wow. Yeah. That's the thing that people keep telling me as a Leafs fan. Oh, Austin Matthews, he might go back to Arizona. And it's like, he's not going back to play in a 5,000-seat arena, I'm sorry. Not happening at all. As we get set here for the third period, Bulldogs up 4-0 on the Troops. The Bulldogs are going right to left in their home black jerseys. The Battalion are going left to right in their road white jerseys. And the puck is into the Battalion zone for Jackson. Jackson through the neutral zone, gives it to Winslow. Winslow joining the rush, gets it over to Russell. Russell takes the shot, and he goes wide of the net for Coe to pick up. Jackson now in the Bulldog zone, but Coe skates by his man, and Humphrey's now all away with it. Humphrey takes a shot, it goes wide of the net, and it's back out to the point for Hayes. Hayes dumps it in, goes wide of the net as well, so it went cross ice, and Nelson's first on it. Gets it up to Brandon Coe. He leaves it for Russell, and Russell now through the neutral zone. Mitch Russell loses the handle on that one, and Kramer gets it behind his net, and Arnsby's chasing. Jackeye now takes a hit from Arnsby, and Arnsby picks it up in the Bulldog zone, gets it out to the neutral zone, and Van Steensel is going to turn and fire it back in. Constantini back out to play it. Arnsby with a blind pass, almost got it to McDonald in the slot, and instead the puck goes the other way, and Shirk's chasing after it into the Battalion zone. Now behind Divinchentis' net, Shirk with the handle on it still. Goes cross ice, and the puck's off the boards and all the way back down for Constantini to play for it. Rushnikov, who definitely is not gaining any fans up in North Bay with his play in this one. Gets it up to Shirk in the neutral zone on a nice clean pass. Shirk with a weak attempt on net, and it hits the side of the net and goes into the corner. Christopoulos picks it up in his own zone, gives it to Van Steensel. Van Steensel over to Arnsby, who on a quick little short pass over to McDonald gets it up, but Staios picks it up quickly. McDonald picking it back up with a quick shot from the point. Constantini turns that one aside. Staios goes cross ice, and Winterton sends it in. Goes all the way behind the net, and Thomas was there to stop it. Puck comes out front, quickly for White. White takes the shot, it's blocked, and Tarasevich tries to get it up for Petrov. Petrov can't get to it, and White turns around with it. So there's been almost a full game. It has been a full game of hockey since the Battalion scored, as they didn't score in the third period of game one. They didn't score in the first period here, and they haven't scored in the second period as well. And now they haven't scored in the third period, although we're just over 2 minutes played. And we're going to get an offside call and first stoppage of play here this period.
That was a hand pass call.
Hand pass, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a flowing period, though, so let's see if that keeps up.
Van Vliet goes cross ice to White. McTavish comes through the neutral zone. And Ducks prospect skates it around behind Divinchentis' net, gets it out front. And a good attempt by the Bulldogs, but Divinchentis stops that one. McTavish tries to get it out front again. Overose stops that. And McTavish skates it out and nearly loses the handle of it at the blue line. But instead he gets over to White. White skates around his guy. He gets it behind the net. He goes for a skate, tries to go cross ice. McTavish out front now with the shot, and it goes over the net of Divinchentis. Must have been off a stick and deflected wide. McTavish now with another chance. Goes wide of the net. And now Ladd gets it in his own zone and stops or slows things down for the Troops a little bit and carries it up. Gets it to the red line and dumps it cross ice, and the Troops will go for a change. White waiting for his Troops to do the same thing as the Battalion. and get a new line out there. And Van Vliet now gets the puck on it and gets it up to Biondi. Biondi shoots the puck in, but instead Winslow stops it and gets it into the corner, but Biondi picks it back up. Nelson with it behind his net. He's just going to look for some options, skated up ice. Tries to get to Potaloo, but it's out of his reach, and quickly the Bulldogs dock it back to the Battalion zone. Winslow on it now. He has some space looking up ice. Gets it to Romani, and Romani just tries to dump it in, but instead he's dumped to the ice by Biondi. Sema with the puck. Gets across ice to Potaloo. Potaloo with the best chance of the third period for the Troops from just up on the far side of the slot. Gets a shot in on Constantini, and he stands tall on that one. 16:08 left in the third period.
Yeah, early in the play there, Biondi laid a hit on Romani, I think it was, and Nelson took exception to it, and there was some pushing and some face washes going on there. I wasn't sure if we were going to see more come of it than that, but play moved on, and Potaloo actually got a nice chance away there.
He did for sure. And now we'll see how that top line of the Battalion responds here as the Bulldogs win the face-off in their own zone. And it's knocked out of Coe's reach for Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye now with some speed.
Sorry for those if we dropped out connection there. Looks like we had some technical difficulties. But it looks like we're back good in streaming again.
That's good to hear for sure. Yeah, these media booths aren't as new as the one in North Bay for sure. But here we are anyways, and it's honestly a great vantage. It's just tough to see because you're so high up in the rafters here. It's tough to see some of the players. Van Steensel through the neutral zone. Dumps it in. And it's going to be waved off as Jack-Eye gets the puck first. Arnsby taken off the puck by Jack-Eye. Mathurin catches it at the blue line and keeps it in. McDonald now bats it out of the air, tries to dump it in deep. And Arnsby has just been a thorn in the side of the Bulldogs in this play. Now McDonald out front with the shot, and Costantini stops it. McDonald with a second shot, and it's blocked by Jack-Eye. McDonald gets it back to the blue line for Mathurin, who promptly loses the puck. Now Diaco gets it out. And it's back to McDonald in the neutral zone, where the puck jumps over his stick. And the Bulldogs, Steos, is going to slow things down in his zone and stop up for the Bulldogs to reset. Steos looks up ice for Shirk, and Christopoulos picks it up instead. Christopoulos dumps it in over the net of Costantini, and Tarasevic tries to get a chance. But now it's McTavish quickly through the neutral zone. McTavish, what can he do with the puck? Gets it around one defender and behind the net for DiVincentis. Now McTavish piled on behind the play. And the puck comes out, and Matvey Petrov chases after it through the neutral zone. Puck goes back in behind the Battalion zone. And it looks like we're going to get another stoppage and play here with 14:09 now left in the... As the clock keeps ticking down, actually, so we're losing some time here. Clock's gone down almost 10. It has gone down 10 seconds. They need to reset that. They're just letting the clock go.
I don't think anyone's caught it.
No, Ryan Houlihan has.
Yeah, and the ref just saw it.
It's gone down to almost 20 seconds. Finally, it stops at 13:48. The play was called at 14:09. So it was 21 seconds just off, or 31 seconds off the clock. Interesting.
No, that's 21.
21, 31, it's all the same.
It was a large amount of seconds.
It was a lot of time.
It was many of the seconds.
It was many moments that took away from the frozen water with the vulcanized rubber and people doing stuff with it.
Yes.
Number one commentary crew in the OHL right here. Keep your eyes peeled and listening to the Frontline Game Day broadcast for all our expert analysis as the time is now put up promptly to 14:12. 4-0 Bulldogs lead. Shots on goal 28-25 in favor of the Bulldogs as well. Battalion looking to get a chip in the armor here of Costantini and get one by him. And Coe skates the puck around, losing the handle on it. Russell on the far side half wall tries to get the puck back to Winslow. And instead, the Bulldogs are going to get it out. Kammerer, cross ice to Hayes. Hayes takes a shot, but it goes well wide of the net. Nelson with it in his own zone. Looking up ice. He tries to chip it out. Kammerer gets it over to Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye, the free agent signing by the Rangers, and then, of course, the Montreal Canadiens. It's traded here at the deadline from the Kitchener Rangers. Gets it to Morrison. Morrison sets up. Gets it back to Hayes. And Hayes goes around Coe, but then he gets it in deep. Back to Jack-Eye at the point. And Jack-Eye takes a shot, but Coe blocks that. And Humphrey picks it up on the far side. Humphrey being taken out by Winslow and Potaloo, but Hayes picks it back up. Nelson dumps the puck down the ice. Grushnikov tried to pick it up, but it bounces over his stick, and he's back in his own zone with it. He sends it up for Sims. And now the puck's in front for Costatini as Sema chased after it. Bulldogs promptly back into the Battalion zone. Sims with it. Tries to get it out front, but Mathurin picks it up. And now the puck goes down the ice. And it's Biondi with it. Biondi gets it up, but no further than the neutral zone or at the red line for Christopoulos, who just dumps it back in. Romani at the far side half wall. And it's a big pile up there, but the puck finally comes loose for the Bulldogs. And Grushnikov's going to look up ice, but Potaloo is able to get a good stick on it and knock it free. Potaloo blows a tire again in the corner, and the Bulldogs come back away with possession through the neutral zone. Mathurin just knocks it back up. Potaloo tries to will it forward again, but the Bulldogs pick it back up and just dump it right back into the Battalion zone. That identity line for the troops back out there as a shot comes in on Divinchentis and goes wide. Diaco now. He comes away with the puck. Gets it to the blue line for Steos. Steos over to White, and the shot goes wide. And Kyle McDonald picks it up at the Battalion blue line. McDonald dumps it in. Costantini comes out and plays it. Arnsby picks it up. Tries to get it in deep. He does. Van Steensel gives it to McDonald. Back to Arnsby for a quick shot, and Costantini had to stand tall on that one. Bulldogs now back through the neutral zone to Shirk. Gets it out to Van Steensel, however. Van Steensel looking up ice for McDonald. McDonald just out of his reach as it was broken up slightly by Steos, who eventually picks the puck back up. Steos over to White. White behind the net. He's looking for a reset here. As the Battalion coming with some pressure from Petrov. And quickly Steos has it, and he gets it up ice. As we see that McTavish line come out here again against the Battalion third line. And it's going to go for... We're going to get a stoppage and play here with 10:57 left in the third period.
So we've seen a couple more plays there out in North Bay where they're starting to get some good chances. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to come up with enough tonight. They're just so much behind with, 10 minutes here left in the game, 10:57 left. Down by 4, it's just going to be a lot. But if, getting a penalty actually too.
Nice. Too many men on the ice, it looks like. Nope, we have Petrov going off for it. But, yeah, the Battalion at least needed to win this period. That's what you need, but we'll see what happens here as they've bent already on the penalty kill a few times. And quickly, just as quick as the first power play opportunity, the Bulldogs score another one. 7 seconds in. It's a 5-0 hockey game.
And that, I don't know if you can draw that one better than it was. That was just right across the crease, in the blue paint, one tip shot in the net.
7 seconds. 3 power play goals in the game. But 2 of them coming with only 14 seconds on the man advantage combined. Not a good look for the Battalion penalty kill. That's top 3 as they come out to give Divinchentis, Winslow, and Nelson, give them some pad taps on that one. And the Battalion are just being outclassed right now by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I see Joe Verbetic standing up over there, but he doesn't seem to be fetching his glove or his helmet, so I don't know if he's been notified to start getting ready or not, but...
No, it'll be, I think Dom will finish this game, but that's 10 goals to 2 in the series for the Battalion in this one. That can't be that big of a difference. That's just gross to even just say, I have to say. Plays back underway with Winslow in his own zone. And again, we talked about the Battalion had to win this period, and then they promptly got scored on. They need some momentum going into Game 3 at North Bay Memorial Gardens on Wednesday. White with it at the blue line. He loses the handle on it. Romani could have a partial break. Romani tries to get it to Sema. Duarte breaks that one up. And the puck's behind the net now for White. White looking for some options as Podolou just skates out front of Constantini's net. And he quickly turns around and goes off for a change. And the Battalion get that identity line back out there. Puck through the neutral zone. Comes Diaco. And he takes a shot and it goes wide of DiVincentis' net. And that'll bring us to our mid-period break. 9:44 left on the clock as Winterton is the one who was credited for that goal for the Bulldogs with the 5th one.
Yeah, I think at this point the game's all just what kind of moral victories can North Bay pull out? Can they put some in? Can they, maybe find a way to start scoring a couple goals on them? Maybe lay some body, kind of stand up for themselves physically, just because they have been outmanned physically by Hamilton so far both games. That Hamilton's just a bigger, stronger team, and if they can sort of hold their head high in that respect and maybe pop a couple goals and get some momentum with some offense, I think that's maybe the best they can be pulling for.
Yeah, I think you need to get at least one goal. I mean, it's sad that we're talking about the fact that they need at least one goal, because obviously you're not going to likely win this game with only one goal. You need 6 and 9:44 left to play. But you need something to build on as the series goes on.
Yeah.
And Hamilton has yet to lose a game in this playoff. They're 9-0. I believe they were on something silly like an 18-game winning streak as well before the playoffs. But the Battalion were as equally hot.
Yes.
And they've only lost one game before this series in the playoffs. They're 8-1. Well, 8-2 now, and they'll soon be 8-3. But they were 8-1 coming into the series, and the Bulldogs were 8-0. So it was supposed to be the clash of titans, but so far 10-2 for the Bulldogs in this series, and hasn't been the billing that many thought. Greshnikov with the puck back at his blue line. Back to Steos. Shot comes in. DiVincentis knocks that one down. Shirk in the corner. Gets it back to Steos. And he's just going to send it cross ice as Ladd is dumped in front of the net. And Govro goes after it. Van Steensel now picks it up, and he's off into the neutral zone. He's going to get to the blue line, try to get a pass over to McDonald. The Bulldogs quickly turn around and are back on the attack. Shirk loses the handle on it, and Ladd picks it up. Back to Van Steensel. And Van Steensel's going to dump it out and go cross ice for McDonald. Wakely loses it to Van Vliet. It's back to McDonald at the point. McDonald takes the shot, it's fanned on, and that seems to be the tale of the Battalion. Every time they've gotten a good opportunity in this game, as it's out front, McDonald gets another chance in the slot, but he loses the handle on it. Wakely with the backhand chance. And Petrov really tight to the goal. He got a good rebound. So the Battalion's still getting their chances, but anytime that they've had a really good chance, it's either been a fan shot or missed completely, and it's just unfortunate to see. We talked about it with Winslow right in the first period when it was still 0-0. Had an open cage and fanned on his shot. Christopoulos now through the neutral zone. Dumps it back in. Far side half wall. Tarasevic goes into the corner with it. He's knocked down, and Petrov tries to pick it up, but the puck just stayed right where he was, and he's overskated it. Back to Wakely. Back to Tarasevic, who takes the shot, and it's wide. Mathurin now gets it back to Petrov. Petrov on the near side half wall. Just to cycle it back in deep. Wakely goes after it, but it's McTavish who gets to it first. McTavish and Wakely all stuck up, and Wakely's going to get a high sticking penalty against him. So we'll see if the Battalion can finally get a successful penalty kill here as McTavish is sitting there letting Tarasevic kind of take a shot at him, and Wakely kind of went after him too, so we'll see if it's more than one now.
Looks like it's just Wakely going to the box for now, but Tarasevic easily could have been going on that one as well.
So good little bit of research here from the fans at home. Randy Blake just messaged me. He says, pretty sure that he read Hamilton hadn't lost at home since December 30th, and he confirmed it. So their last home loss, December 30th. They have yet to lose in 2022 at home.
They haven't lost at home this year.
in this calendar year, yes. So, well, there's always time for a first. Probably not going to be today.
No, I think we can almost safely rule out today, but hopefully back in North Bay can pull a little strength and get the series a little bit closer.
Quick shot on net on the power play. And the Battalion, once again, have gotten further along on this one than they did the last time. Humphrey behind the net. Gets it out to Jackeye. Jackeye looks up for Humphrey, and Christopoulos knocks it down. Minute 41 left on the power play. Humphrey. Back to Thomas. Thomas looks cross ice. Jackeye's all alone, takes the shot. It's blocked by DiVincentis. Puck gets by him, but it's off to the side of the net. Christopoulos is able to just knock it down the ice. And Costantini's going to have to pick it up. Minute 24 now remaining on the power play. White setting up shot behind his net. Waits for his change to see who he likes out there. Minute 13 now left on the man advantage. White tries to just one-man it all the way through the Battalion zone. And instead, Humphrey has to come in and help him out. Big hit by Nelson. He knocks it behind his net to Jackeye. Jackeye picks it up alongside the far side wall. It's back to White, to Jackeye. Jackeye looking for some options. Back to Diaco. It's almost punched into his own net by Mathurin, but it says into the corner. And now McDonald picks it up and sends it down the ice with 44 seconds left on Wakely's penalty. Steos comes out. 6:28 left in the game. Picks it up. And we'll see that top unit out there for Hamilton. Steos quickly through the neutral zone. With it, tries to get a nifty little move around Christopoulos. He loses the handle on it, but still gets to the puck first. And now it's back to McTavish. Over to Steos. Steos stopping things up. Skates back to the point. Switches up with McTavish. Steos to Morrison. Over to McTavish with a big shot. And DiVincentis gets to that one. And then because Christopoulos was able to tie up Hayes, DiVincentis was able to get the rebound that was in the blue paint and get that one with 10 seconds left on the penalty kill.
Yeah, that was a big save and a big recovery to get that rebound that was just left there. That was also good play. I think the first time that I've seen a North Bay defenseman really cover a guy in front of the net and not allow them a second chance.
No, and 5 goals too late perhaps, but at least we're seeing some changes here and some pushback by the Battalion, albeit on the penalty kill right now. And again, you got 6 minutes to at least get one past Costantini, who's been lights out in this playoff run so far. Russell comes out for the draw with Shirk. And the puck's one back to Nelson. Nelson's going to get it up and all the way down the ice. And that'll do it for this penalty as Wakely's going to step back out on the ice. 5-0 Bulldogs. Shots on goal, 34-28 in favor of the Bulldogs as well. And that top line's back out there for the troops to see if they can get something going. Out to Govro. Govro sends it back up, or Winslow, I should say. And the Bulldog player just sat down by Russell, who then exchanges words with him at the Battalion bench. Winslow looking up ice for Coe. Coe looks to go cross ice, and it's blocked by, that was Mysick. And now Mysick brings it into the Battalion zone. Mysick with the shot, it goes over the net. Tiaco behind the Battalion net with it. Gets it out front, and it's just going to set back in for Mysick. Mysick in the corner. Gets it out front to Shirk, who leaves it for Diaco. Diaco cross ice for Jackeye. Jackeye takes the shot, it's off the post. And then another shot comes in from the blue line from Kammerer. And DiVincentis is going to get the glove on that one. 4:54 left in Game 2. Hamilton leads the series 1-0.
So we're seeing a lot more chirping going on after the plays. A couple guys, skating after the other guy, saying something. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when we end back to North Bay and we have the 7th man behind, if there's a little more courage from North Bay to act on things.
Absolutely be interesting to see for sure, and it'll also be interesting to see how the last change will affect things too for the troops. Sema now through the neutral zone. He's going to get the puck into the Bulldog zone, but no attempts come from that one. As now it's Biondi through the neutral zone. Dumps the puck in for Sims to chase after, but he's tied up by Govro. Govro gets it back to Van Vliet, but no further. And Biondi picks it up. Biondi skates it out of the corner. Gets it back to the blue line. Keeps it in. Duarte now. Gets the puck back deep for Sims. Sims gets it back to Grushnikov. Grushnikov with the shot. DiVincentis stops that one. And 4:15 now left in game 2.
Yeah, and that was a fairly simple save right in the breadbasket for DiVincentis there, but he made sure he held on to it. Wasn't any rebounds. I think that's what North Bay has to do a lot of getting into the next game is keep things really simple, keep it basic, don't try and be anything fancy. I think they overdid that a little bit this year when they had, the strength over the other teams, but they don't have that power anymore. They need to keep it simple.
Absolutely. Puck out front from Mysick. Shot is blocked by Christopoulos. Back to Grushnikov. Grushnikov gets around Petrov and gets it in deep. And then they tried the Michigan goal, and thankfully that one was stopped because that would just be salt in the wound for the Battalion. Mysick now with the puck as there's a delayed penalty coming up against for the Battalion once again. And the Battalion just undisciplined, as I believe it was a high stick that got up on Mysick.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's called there, is a high sticking. There's some pushing going on here.
Yeah, high sticking is the call. So the Battalion will be penalized again here with 3:49 left in the third period. We'll have to hear. There won't be, for those of you that are used to a post-game show, of course, it's just Ben and I on the road, and I have to run down and talk to the coaches for my post-game article on Bay Today. So if you want to hear any of the comments and you don't have TV or CHL access, we'll have them ready for Game 3, but we'll also have them in the Battalion the article on baytoday.ca, so head over there to check that out. Hear what the coaches have to say. Ryan Houlihan, a designated player, and Jay McKee, and a designated player from the Bulldogs. Battalion back on the penalty kill. Puck back out to White. Thomas back to White at the blue line. White cross ice for Jackeye. Shot goes wide. Thomas loses the handle on it. Christopoulos runs into him, but the puck's back to White. Over to Jackeye. Jackeye with a big shot, and it's blocked. And then the puck sent down into the Bulldog zone for Costantini to pick up. White setting up shot behind the Bulldogs net again. Here's the puck out. And looks up ice. Thomas looks to get the puck around, and he does for Humphrey. Humphrey misses it. Jackeye picks it up instead. And now the Battalion looking for some chances here shorthanded. Tries to get up to Sarasevich. It's out of his reach, where the puck goes all the way down into the Bulldog zone again. White picking it up in his own zone, gets it up to Diaco. Diaco tries to skate it in, and he loses the puck. And it's poked free by Van Steensel. Humphrey slows things down, goes cross ice, and the shot comes in from Kammerer. And DiVincentis once again, looking like an all-star third baseman, gloves that one down.
Yeah, both the goalies for North Bay have, stronger gloves than a lot of the guys you see around the league. We're seeing a lot of the sort of catcher behind the plate type catches.
Yep, for sure. And if this was baseball, I'd be pretty happy with either of them as my back catcher, but this isn't baseball. But I'm still happy with the glove hand, of course, being solid for both goaltenders. Made a lot of gold glove jokes throughout the year. And they're not going to stop anytime soon, but a couple of passed balls by these guys here in these two games so far. Humphrey, Grushnikov back at the point. Over to Winterton. Over back to Grushnikov to Mysick. Mysick with the shot. DiVincentis gloves that one down and stops play. 2:23 left in the third period. 34 seconds now left on the penalty to Mathurin.
Yeah, I think this third period we could have seen, North Bay show some fight back, but the discipline went out the window, and they paid the price for it.
They have indeed. And we'll see if they can get one here in the final 2 minutes. But it's not looking good. Ladd chips the puck out, and it's going to roll the length of the ice for Costantini to pick it up in the trapezoid behind his net. He leaves it there now for Grushnikov to pick up. And Grushnikov's looking up ice. He's going to slowly skate it out in front of his net and carry the puck up the ice. Grushnikov now into the Battalion zone. Loses the handle on it, but keeps on going. Now Ladd thought he had the puck, but it's lost out front. Shirk now with a chance up close. 1 second left on the penalty, and Wakely's going to send it down the ice. And Mathern's going to come out of the box, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with just under 2 minutes left to go. Mysick circling it around in his own zone. Van Vliet over to White. White looking up ice. And the Battalion just look dejected on the ice right now. Not really giving much. Looking up ice now, Van Vliet. Gets it to Biondi. He's taken hard into the boards by Govro, though. And then he takes down Govro and gives him a few extra shots after the play. Referees say play on. And now Govro takes a bit of a run on Biondi. Knocks the helmet off, but Biondi's able to pick it back up with 1:09 now left on the clock. Govro trying to give the Battalion any bit of life here in the final minute, as he's throwing the body around a little bit. And now a shot comes in from White, and DiVincentis is going to block it up and over the netting and into the stands, so some lucky fans going to have a souvenir.
And the refs are jumping in there fast because Govro and Biondi are getting close there, and the refs are saying, no, we're not letting that happen this time.
No, Govro did fight against Duarte at the end of the first period. And there's 55.2 seconds left on the clock here in the third period. And it's likely that Hamilton's going to take a 2-0 series lead in this best-of-4 Eastern Conference Finals. The Bobby Orr Trophy on display for the TV viewers at home. But the Battalion looking to try and get a win maybe at home. Stop Hamilton's winning streak. It's going to be a tall task. Potaloo now goes for the face-off, and Govro still staying out there. Looks up ice, gives it to Sema, and it's to the neutral zone, but White quickly over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet just dumps it into the Battalion zone. And the Battalion now try to get the puck up and out. Romani looking up ice for Sema, gets through his skate, and it's not going to go for icing, however, with 30 seconds left in the period. And the Bulldogs carry it through the neutral zone. Mysick loses the handle on it, and Sema quickly turns it around. Sema trying to get it in, but Tiaco stops that. 17 seconds left on the clock. And the Bulldogs are going to skate away with this one, the 5-0 victory in Game 2. And the Bulldogs faithful are going to cheer for that one. There's 7 seconds left on the clock, however, DiVincentis gets the trapper down on that one and stops play.
Yeah, Hamilton forward went right in on DiVincentis just to make sure it's known that he was there. North Bay did not like that very much. With that said, he did not, charge the net or anything. He just kind of slowly showed so DiVincentis had to cover the puck. So I don't think he actually did anything. Might have said some things, though.
For sure, 5 seconds left on the clock, and Govro's just going to pick up the puck and leave it behind his net, and the Bulldogs are going to skate away with a 2-0 series lead with this 5-0 victory here, with the shot total finishing 41-28 in favor of the Bulldogs. 5-0 Bulldogs win. And we'll see you for Game 3 at North Bay Memorial Gardens on Wednesday. Of course, that's when our next broadcast will be as well. But until that time, remain hopeful for the Battalion, as the Bulldogs are going to bring out their little table here to hammer the nail in, so to speak, with the Battalion logo. They're going to put it at center ice, of course. And a second nail will be being knocked down against the Battalion. But next game, like mentioned, Game 3, will be the Battalion Bulldogs, North Bay Memorial Gardens, Wednesday night. Game 4 to follow on Friday against the Battalion and the Troops.
Yeah, it's a new day, a new game on when we head back to North Bay, and North Bay gets a chance to try again.
Yep. And now for those listening at home, thank you so much for tuning in to this one. We'll be back in North Bay, like mentioned, on Wednesday after we make our way over the precarious catwalks out of this media booth. But until that time, I'm Courtney Kenny. Thanks again to Ben Long, the producer, and my color guy for making the trip with me and helping set things up and get us going. And as Tom says on the broadcast, or on the podcast, it's been fun. Let's do it again sometime.